Hi, Saggy. Welcome back to your channel. We're going to be doing a reading for your holiday. So, tomorrow will be Thanksgiving. On the 27th is Thanksgiving. It's a Thursday. But also, for those of you who do not celebrate the holiday, this still will resonate of the type of energy that will surround you for tomorrow and also for the weekend up ahead. Okay, so this is for everyone. No matter if you celebrate the holiday or you don't, this is for you. Sagittarius specifically. All right, please excuse my look right now. I My hair is kind of like looking crazy, but I'm just going with it and no makeup because I just don't feel like wearing makeup right now. Um yeah, so let's jump into it, Sag. I do have some cards for you that I pulled before the reading and we're going to talk about that, how that's shaping this energy for this reading. So you have uprooted as your first card coming out. And this talks about having a radical break from the past. Now, I do feel like whoever you're coming across or who you're, I do feel like Six of Cups energy, which is holiday energy. You're going to see people from your past. You're going to see family that you haven't seen in a long time because it's the holiday. You're possibly going to see people that you grew up with or that have all these distant memories about how you were as a child, if they're elders, and like if they took care of you when they took you to Disney World, when they did this, when they did that, whatever. So there's a lot of nostalgia surrounded to this energy for the rest of the week based off of the holiday and then also what's happening in your life. And with the radical break from the past, I do feel like that's an energy of like people not bringing up your past. So if there's something that you criticize yourself harshly for from a mistake or a season or a chapter that you just weren't really happy about, when you look back at it, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, or you just kind of feel like, I would just rather forget about that past or forget about that chapter in my life. I feel like you're going to have this break during this energy this week towards the weekend where no one's bringing up things that may trigger you, or people are just being very like they're future forward. So it's not like they don't remember these things or they don't want to talk about it. It's like an energy of like future or innovative energy, like Aquarius energy, because we are in the Aquarian age. So thinking about the future and kind of like not having time to reminisce about the past. Like, what are you doing in your future? What do you have going on right now? What are you working towards? What are your goals? Where, future things. So people more so are going to be engaging with you and talking to you about your future or your present tense, and they're not bringing up past energy. Okay, so that may be very refreshing for you. Uprooted also talks about having deep changes. So much has changed between you and also other people that you'll be interacting with in their lives that is so much, and it could have been a big shedding because this year is the year of the snake. So there's a lot of shedding old skin. There's been a lot of grief, and I feel like people don't even want to bring up their own grief or their own mistakes or their own troubles or obstacles. So everybody's just kind of thinking about next year. I feel like there's a lot of conversations about 2026 and how we're progressing and where we're moving towards. No one wants to bring up their past or your past, which is really nice. Now, during this period, this reading for today and moving towards the weekend, I feel like there could be a lot of interruptions or distractions for some reason. I don't know what it is about Thanksgiving. I think about like the cousins taking that walk. If you know, you know. Sometimes, like when you are coming into holidays or you're around family, it can bring up a lot of distractions. So there's something about that. Someone's being displaced as well. So you may hear about a family member or a friend that has to move all of a sudden or needs to relocate all of a sudden, or they're doing some last minute travel plans. It could even be a sense where someone didn't really have plans for the holiday and they're telling you, like, oh, I'm packing right now because I'm going to meet you there or I'm going to go see my family. So there's an energy of like impulsive energy and making last minute decisions, especially with that interruption energy. Makeover is a big thing with this card. So you could see that someone that you know very well has had a significant change of appearance, whether they lost a lot of weight or they gained a lot of weight, or maybe someone, you may even see a family member who just undergone or underwent surgery. So someone could pop up with a BBL with new titties, and masculine energy with a transplant, hair transplant with a new manhood. I mean, I don't know how you would know about that, but there's definitely there's definitely a significant change in appearance or just change in someone's demeanor, how they behave. And this could be you, Sag, okay? So if this is you and you've had some very physical, deep changes recently, I feel like people will be complimenting you on it. Whether you gain weight, lost weight, someone's like, oh, you look good. Or if you change your hair, or if you changed your style, someone's complimenting you. This talks about separations or adrift energy, like moving adrift. So you also may hear about someone's separation, whether someone closed down a business, someone fell out with a friend, someone is going through a breakup, a divorce, or if this is you, okay? There's forced changes here. There's forced energy. So if you're spending time with family during this holiday, then this is the chapter that you're moving into. You're going to spend way more time with your family and make that a priority. If you're spending the holiday alone or you're just being more of a loner, this is also something that you should get used to. And in whatever circumstance it is, whether you're surrounded by people or if you're alone, it's for your best interest, okay? And yeah, and also some type of grand opportunity may come through exchanges. So you may meet someone very significant during this time that presents you some type of opportunity that you will want to take advantage of. Okay, so that's the uproot card. Okay, and then we also have birds. Birds usually talks about conversations and even gossip. So anything dealing with conversations, learning new information, hearing about something, gossip, laughter, having fun, it doesn't matter. But there's definitely a group energy. So even if you're alone, there's some significant day throughout the rest of this week that you won't be alone and you'll be chatting a lot. You'll be speaking, putting your input, giving your ideals out there. So there's a lot of communication. Maybe someone that you haven't heard from for a while may actually reach out during this time. There's an energy of negotiating. So having a stance and having an opposite force. So if you have a certain opinion about something, what food are we going to be eating? Where we should be spending the holiday? What we're doing for the weekend? What are our plans for the weekend? There's opposition. So you'll have a stance and you'll also have an opposition. But if I know Sagittarius well enough, I know that you guys have the gift of gab, you guys have the gift of influence, and you more than likely will get the outcome that you desire, okay? It talks about discussing certain things. I feel like there's a lot of discussions about the future, a lot of innovative things. People can be talking to you about AI, about cryptocurrency, about where government energy as well with that Aquarian energy. So they could be talking about like politics, what's happening in the government, how it's influenced them, how it has if how it's affected them in some way. There's an energy of you having ADHD, and all ADHD with a very brief description is like overstimulation or feeling impulsive because you're bored or you just need to wrap your brain around something, so you're looking for whatever you can get into. And it's energy of being fidgety or even nervous or just feeling like something is very slow around you and you're more fast moving. You have that energy of the wand, which is like very fast moving. So you may also feel like even the conversations that you're in, you're conversing back and forth, but you may feel like this is boring, or you may feel like I don't care about this, or you may feel like is there anything more exciting happening? Okay, so I see an energy of excitement and impulsivity where you may be doing something very impulsive that you didn't plan ahead, like it's a last minute decision. Okay, you're making contact with people that you have been in separation with. So this, of course, when we think about separation, we think romantic, but this is just family, old friends that you haven't seen for a long time. People are coming back to their hometown during this time. So you may see someone that you grew up with, that you went to school with, elementary, middle school, high school, or even college, that you're actually seeing in the same community. You may see them at the grocery store, at the gas station. It's very coincidental, okay? All right, making contact. Now, the people that you may be seeing at these weird instances may not speak to you. There's a certain intimidation factor they may have. You could be looking very casual, okay? So I feel like you're not coming off intimidating. So you could be looking very casual, sweats, jogging suit, whatever. And then you're also not, your personality is not very like too much, but still people who know you from the past will be very nervous to speak to you. You may end up being the person that speaks first, because I see people like putting their head down around you or just having a hard time like creating some type of conversation, okay? Also, noisy energy. So it is the holidays, so you may also feel overstimulated with the noise, with the music that people are choosing. It may not be your type, or just people being loud, people being drunk, okay? That's something that happens during the holidays, just being very loud, okay? And you also will receive a text or a call from someone that you've been in separation with, whether it's family, love, or friend, okay? Last card we have here is the torch. This talks about turning a problem into a solution, or turning darkness into light. So something that was like a burden on you or weighing heavily on your shoulders, or something that you were overthinking, or something that you were stressed out about, may be resolved during this time period that we're reading for. There's a revolution happening, so something is changing within your friend groups, your love life, or even your family life, especially where people are changing their perceptions, their mindset. There's a change in how you guys interact with each other and moving forward. You also will have a lot of courage or bravery or a lot of confidence during this. So you could be posting pictures. You could be taking pictures with you and your family, you and your friends, or just you by yourself, and you're putting it out there. So you're very brave to take risk, or just even to express yourself. All right. Also standing up for truth. So there may be like some lies that are being spread, or gossip, or people don't have the story straight about a certain situation that you have all the dirty details about. You will be speaking up about that. You'll be very bold and saying, hey, that's actually not what happened. I was there. I can tell you the download. So you also are you're kind of getting into the gossip energy yourself. And last but not least, this is passion, justice, which means like forgiveness, apologies, things being balanced out, equal give and take between you and who you're hanging out with, and freedom, feeling like you can have some spontaneity, some adventure. You're in your element, okay? So for the most part, you're really in your element during this time. All right, so let's go ahead and see. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm busy today. I have things to do, but I have to make some food, okay? I'm the chef of the family, so I don't have a lot of time today, unfortunately. And I also had a car troubles that I need to get resolved, which are resolved right now, so I'm starting a little bit later today. But let's see, when it comes to my Saggies, what can they expect with this energy for the rest of this week? Give me some messages for Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, you are acting a little stuck up or a little bougie during this week, but you have good reason for it. There's something happening behind the scenes that is triggering you. Okay, so I see you acting a little stuck up or a little bougie towards that situation. When it comes to anything else, you're very open. We do have the Knight of Cups in reverse, so a romantic situation that could have been kicked off. If you're supposed to go and spend time with like a lover's family during this holiday, that may not entail. And the only reason it may not entail, or it may not come true, is because of you. So you may feel undervalued in some way, or you may feel disrespected or triggered in some way, that you're like, you know what? I was going to show up to your family's function. I'm not doing it anymore. Or I was going to hang out with you. We were supposed to have this date on Friday. I'm not going through with it anymore. So the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's like something where someone does have a lot of emotions for you. They're trying to be romantic towards you, but they may, their love language that they're giving towards you is not your love language. So you may feel like, I don't want that, and you're rejecting it in some way with that Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, you do have good news coming towards you during this, time period that we're reading for. So you do have good news. You can look out for that. There's something also that will make you very curious or very adventurous, and you're stepping into that. But I see like a romantic situation just falling flat for you. You feel like this person may not value you, or they're not prioritizing you, or you may feel like they just didn't organize their schedule to include you in some way. And I see you dissing this person. You're like, well, maybe next time we can hang out, or it's kind of late from when you told me that we're supposed to go on this date, so I'm going to pass. Like, you're kind of just saying, okay, I'm good with that. And I also feel like a big part of that is because you have some very exciting things happening outside of romance. So you have exciting things happening in your friendships, your family, maybe just through events, socially. Other people are seeing you and giving you the center of attention versus this lover, and you may just like play them to the side because you feel played to the side. Okay, so I do see something like that happening. Now, the cards that came out for you, we do have the Ten of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so I'm hoping you're not going through the Ten of Swords, but we will talk about that. But if it's not you, it's definitely someone that you'll be coming across. Someone can be telling you their business. They're going through a devastating ending, maybe a divorce, maybe like they just left their job, or they got laid off or fired, or they're really cutting ties with someone in their life that's very devastating. Okay, so this could be the story that's being told to you. Yeah, let's start off with this Ten of Cups, because that just shows that overall you're getting a really fulfilling experience. You could feel fulfilled in how people are treating you, how they value you, how they prioritize you. Your family could be, loving your energy. You could be the center of attention, or they're giving you a lot of support. So you're feeling like people are not judging you, and that they're really like supporting you during this time, especially family. And I feel like this is like perfect. Like you feel very fulfilled coming from tomorrow or the holiday.